Hi, I'm here to talk about this, the Glasgow Youth Film Festival. I'm just back from the opening film of the 2014 Youth Film Festival. It was absolutely fantastic, a great opening to the festival. I just wanted to maybe talk about it a little and maybe convince you to go and see some of the fantastic films and events they're offering. Starting with tomorrow, a good film called Teenage. There's been a lot of press about Teenage recently. It's certainly been promoted quite heavily around the film festival's website. They clearly think the film's going to do a number on the audience, so I believe it's doing enough for me to convince me to want to see it. The next film coming up after that would be Stand Clear and Closing Doors, which is about an autistic boy who gets on the subway in New York and is presumed missing by his parents and his siblings. The boy has autism, and this is what I really enjoy about the Youth Film Festival, is they're not afraid to approach such subjects as mental health issues. We have done in the past, and I'm glad to see that they're continuing to do it with Stand Clear and Closing Doors, which is on Wednesday the 5th of February. The Late Night Classic, which the Glasgow Youth Film Festival always gets a slot for every year. This year's Beetlejuice. Now that's a film I've not seen and a film I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it to, but Tim Burton, you know, on the big screen. It's quite an old film as well. I think it was 88, so chance to see an older film on the big screen that you're not really going to get a chance to see. I'd certainly suggest you go along to it. On Saturday there's one film that's shown at the film festival which I have already seen, and that is Mark Cousins' A Story of Children in Film. It's probably one of my favourite films here so far. I know we're only in February, but there's so much passion and love for film in Mark Cousins' piece, and it shines through. And also The Dirties, which is playing later that evening, which has been described as Tarantino-esque. It's about bully victims taking revenge on their bullies. So to hear it described in terms of Tarantino makes me think it could be quite a heavy film, but hopefully worth the watch. On Sunday there's a mix of anime and workshops, such as documentary skills with David Street. I was at a similar event last year with David, who's a very kind man and has helped with the trailer for the Youth Film Festival for the past couple of years. Just to be able to hear him pass down his own experiences to younger budding filmmakers was something that was very appealing to me, and hopefully will be as well attended as it was last year. Later that day there's I think the UK premiere, if not the first public UK showing of Miyazaki's last film, The Wind Rises. It sounds like it's going to be close to sell out already, and I really hope it is, because Miyazaki is just one of those filmmakers that has left such a legacy over the past 20-30 years of cinema, and there's no excuse to miss what's slated to be his final film. For the final 3 days of the festival, it looks like two interesting films on Monday, which is They Will Return, about a brother and sister who go wandering, it seems, in the middle of the Brazilian countryside, followed by quite a different film, Concrete Night, which is set in Helsinki, in this concrete blocked claustrophobic environment. So it sounds like quite a deliberate programming to show films such as Open as the Brazilian countryside contrasted with urban Helsinki. The next day after that was also an interesting panel, of which the same event I chaired last year, which is How to Get Started in TV. It was well attended last year, which was great to see. I was very nervous, but it seemed to go down very well, and I hope it does again this year. The closing gala as well, I Feel Like Disco, about a young German boy who develops a crush on his father's diving student. It's very important, I think, that Glasgow Youth Film Festival and any similar youth film festival at all deals with such topics as mental health, such as Stand Clear and Closing Doors, and sexuality, and I Feel Like Disco, because they are important topics to young people, and I think they're not talked about often enough, so it's good to see a film festival not shying away from these topics. Hope you've been able to put up with my name drivel for the past couple of minutes. I've tried to keep it as short as possible, but there's a lot of good stuff in here, so it's difficult to keep it down to a minimum. I hope you really do get along to see some of these films. I'll certainly be going to see as much as I can, and I'll also be going to see as much as I can over the following Short Film Festival and for the Glasgow Film Festival in its entirety as well, which I will attempt to do a daily vlog about each morning before I go off and see all the films, which will be difficult, but I'll try. See ya.